What's going on, guys? So I'm here at my new alarm system that I bought, and I'm pretty excited because the I'm upgrading my old alarm system because it just stopped working. It's a Viper 300 ESP, and the new one is a, what is this? A Viper. It's on it. I just bought it. I don't even know. 3X05. The box also says it's a 3305V. V is in Victor. So the cool thing, the really cool thing, is I love it when this happens. I love it when you buy a new version of something and the old wiring that would plug into it, it works just the same. It uses the same connector. All the wires are arranged same colors. Like if I were to go out in my car right now and I were to show the old Viper connector, same colors. Now, the reason I'm saying this is I read on some forums while I was looking up to see if it was as simple as unplugging the new brains, or unplugging the old brains and plugging in the new brains. If it was really that simple. And what some guys were saying, which I don't know for sure, it's just kind of going off of what some guy said on some forums site, like Honda forums or something like that. But what they said was that Viper did change their connector style. I think he said they changed the wiring on the connector about 10-15 years ago. Now, I know my alarm system, it's at least 15 years old. I bought my car 10 years ago, and it had this alarm in it. And it looked pretty worn, like the remotes looked pretty worn, like they were 5-6 years old. And my car, it can't be older than 19 years old, because that's how old my car is. So, this was put in probably about 15 years ago. Now, it had to be put in after that wiring change that the guy was talking about, because I've gone down the list here and I've looked at this quick reference install guide that I have. I found it online before I bought the alarm, because I wanted to make sure that I could just unplug my old alarm and plug in my new one, and it was that simple. So that quick reference install guide, I found it online, compared it against the wires that are laid out on the back of this very conveniently. It's engraved, or not engraved, but when they have the letters are raised up above, like it's like Braille would be, but letters. So they're raised up on the back of this, which it's not a sticker that's going to peel off after time. It's permanently there. The new one actually doesn't have that. So it doesn't have that laid out. But it's made it really easy just to go down the list and look at all of the wires as they were laid out on here and compare it to my quick reference install guide. Now, to prove, I guess, that they are interchangeable, this is a Viper 300 ESP. You can try to look up when it was made, when it was first made. I'm pretty sure it was made about 15 years ago, if not 19 years ago. I mean, it could have been put in, this alarm could have been put in when my car was within a year old by first owner. But Viper 300 ESP, and then this is the connector for my new alarm. So it plugs right in, doesn't plug in upside down. So it plugs in straight. It's good. Fits solid, snug, no change in the connector. Very snug. And this is the door unlock lock. So blue is unlock, green is lock. These two wires. So I don't have to wire this in either, because look at this. This plugs straight in to that port on the old alarm, and this is new wiring. So again, it's snug. It's just as snug. They're using the same connectors as they were 15 years ago, which means I don't have to wire this in. I can throw that aside, and I don't have to wire this in, which is awesome, because my speakers actually run into not speakers, my the horn, the speaker for the alarm system actually wires in through this. So since all of that is connected, as long as I don't have a wiring problem, and that's why my alarm doesn't work, then we're good. We can set this aside. Worst case scenario, I do have a wiring problem, and that's why, and this still works, then hey, I have an extra alarm system. I could put my old one back in after I fix the problem and sell a new one if I need the money, or I can just, I don't know, hold on to it, keep a new one, sell the old one for parts. People might want to just fix their old one, I don't know, but one of my remotes doesn't work anyway. And I've got a little handy remote with the LCD screen that says like which door is open and what type of alert was triggered. So what I don't know, I'll keep going. So I'm putting in the new blue LED, but it actually plugs in perfectly into my old one. So I could actually use my old LED plug, and I could plug it in. Come on, they fit snug. And I could actually plug it into this one. So this thing, I don't know. Anyway, there's other connectors on here, but I think this is an antenna. This is what I'm not sure, is what I was going to say a second ago. I think this is an antenna because it has this thing that sticks up that's looks awfully a lot like an antenna. But I'm not sure. That I can't say. It's got a 4-pin plug going into it, so it's not just like one little wire that's hanging off. But then these were made for a longer range, so this could be some kind of like an amplifier for the antenna or something like that. But it's definitely I know it's not a proximity sensor because I saw that online. Buy a proximity sensor and you can plug it in. But what I would like to know is what this is. This little box. It doesn't have a part number on it. I can't run a number. I can't look up to see like a replacement part for this, which is what I would normally do. Get a part number, look it up. But it has no part number. All it says is Directed, which they're the company that owns Viper, I think. It makes Viper alarm systems. So what do I do? Other than mention it in the YouTube video, or other guys that are watching that have alarm systems, that no alarm system installations. I don't know why somebody that installs alarms would be watching this, but you never know. People watch everything on YouTube. So somebody let me know. What is this? It looks like an antenna. I don't want people just to go like, yeah, I agree with you. It looks like an antenna. I'd like that somebody that knows for sure. I'll throw it in a comment. I'll throw it in like a little, little annotation thing that pops up on the screen in the video. I'll throw it up there to say like, oh yeah, somebody confirmed. Viewer confirmed, alarm system guy confirmed that it is an antenna, or it is a sensor, or it is whatever. So maybe it's both. Maybe it's an antenna and a sensor. But I don't know. Anyway, I love it when things are this simple. I love it when it's as simple as I want to upgrade my alarm today. I'm gonna unplug my old one, plug in the new one, and connect the blue LED if you want a blue LED, and then stick this thing somewhere, and then program it. Program everything. Go through their little detailed programming procedures that say what does what. So, and it even tells you how to configure it for like basic features, advanced features, and you put it on the list. And yeah, it's really easy. It looks really easy to do. It looks like anybody that you don't even have to know wiring. It looks like, but you can unplug the old one, plug in the new one. Now wiring it in yourself, I've never done that before. I work on cars, but I've never installed an alarm system. So it's just something about being like upside down in a driver's seat under a dash for an hour, twisting wires together, crimping wires together, which I would prefer to solder them. So for me that would take even longer because I'm trying to solder it and put heat shrink tube around it, just because I would want a better connection than just crimping wires together. So, which, speaking of, that's probably why most alarm systems don't work after 10-15 years, is because some wire came loose and it just doesn't work anymore because they're all crimped together. I haven't seen an alarm system install place that actually solders wires together and puts heat shrink tube around it like I would do on my car, because it's the connection is so much more solid. So the alarm is in. I didn't even have to program the remote. I thought I would have to, because there's actually programming steps. Maybe I'll try to program my old remotes and see if they'll work with a new alarm system. It'd be nice to have more than 2 remotes. So, but it was literally as simple. It was simpler than I thought it would be, because I thought I would have to program this. But I mean, it's good that it came programmed. It's easy just to plug it in, play it. The things that I had to, just to recap everything that I talked about earlier, in case you jumped to this point in the video, the Viper alarm system that I bought, it's a direct swap from my 15-year-old Viper alarm system, or maybe older than that, Viper alarm system that was in the car already. It's all the wirings, all the connectors are the same. The valet switch is the same. I've replaced mine though. I replaced the wiring on that just because my valet switch was old. But you can use your old one. You can use your old LED. I used a new LED. The old door lock, unlock connector that plugs in, it's a 3-pin plug with only 2 wires in it. It's a green wire and a blue wire. That's easy. It's just unplug that, plug it in. I didn't have to plug it in the new one. I didn't have to rewire anything on that. I didn't have to rewire anything on the long connector. I didn't have to connect a new horn. I literally took the brains of the old one, or actually you can literally take the brains of the old one, unplug all the wires, and then plug in the new brains for the new Viper alarm. It's that simple. Only extra thing I had to do was run this antenna, which I found out this is an antenna. I just Googled Viper antenna, because I figured that might be what it is, and a picture of this popped up. So it's a good place for it. It kind of, I just realized I have a really dirty mirror. I never take that down. Let's see. I distracted myself with the dirtiness, the filth. So I just ran the wires for this behind the pillar cover and put the antenna up there. But yeah, all I did was Google image search Viper antenna, because that's what I thought it was, and a picture of that popped up. So it fits under my little visor perfectly. It's not in the way. Some people stick them to the windows, so I found that out. Looking it up online, like where to put it. I didn't want to stick it to the window. It would look kind of ugly. So anyway, it's simple. If you have a broken Viper alarm, or if you just want to upgrade your Viper alarm, unplug it, plug it in. It's that simple. I almost said it's so easy a caveman can do it, but then I stopped myself because I was like, oh no, that'll be cheesy. And I just decided to say it anyway, with a little disclaimer. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. I hope this was informative. It's definitely, I've definitely learned some, so I'm hoping to share that with you guys. Anyway, thanks. Have a great day. God bless.